I have started the recording. So I just want to give an update to everyone that at any point during our course, you can say this thing content and any of the topic, guys. Please, at any point, you can feel free to you can say ask your doubts, query, question by unmuting yourself, or else those who are not comfortable with let's say on due to some reason traveling or something, you can post your doubts or query questions in the chat window, guys. Okay, so that at the end of the session, like when I'll go through the chat, I'll try to make sure that I answered those queries and questions. Okay, uh, I'm welcoming you all. Thank you once again, guys. Today is the first, you can say, demo session for the content which I'm going to share just now. So everyone, please let me know if you guys are able to, let's say, see my screen, as well as you guys are able to kind of, you can say, hear my voice clearly, right? If anybody is facing any technical issues or let's say sound issues, I mean, please raise your hand or let's say, please post your, you can say, query over the chat window, guys. Perfect. Uh, Thank you, guys. Thank you. Um, so yeah, so just to I believe those who has not went through the course content, this is the official page, you can consider, which uh, has all the content which we are going to, let's say, discuss in details, guys, in the coming days. Okay, so this page has almost like all the 70, 80, 80 to 90% of the information which I'm going to share just now. Okay, so here, if you notice the topic, guys, it is test automation using Selenium and Java, including REST assured API testing. Okay. So this content or this course is purely designed for those who are, let's say, very new to Java, those who are having some skill set on any of the programming language, then those who wants to kind of move to the, you can say, automation world, okay, in the web version logic I'm talking about, along with who are quite interested in the backend testing also. Okay, so overall, I would say you will be comfortable in front end. That is, let's say, you can consider web based application, that is UI automation. And second, I would say, is Java REST assured API testing, which is the framework that is purely used for API testing in terms of automation. So these two things will be becomes very strong once you are, let's say, completing this course, guys. Okay, so that's the overall, you can say, agenda, or let's say overall training which we will have, which will move around Selenium, Java, and obviously frameworks. Okay, so over here, guys, you can see some of the like little bit, you can say, keywords which will be kind of used whenever I will, let's say, start with the trainings and everything. So you can see we have Cucumber, Test NG, JDBC for, you can say, SQL testing, a SQL part, extend report. We may have Allure report also. Real-time projects, I'm talking about like how we, the banking projects or let's say e-commerce projects. So we will have real-time projects in terms of POM structure, in terms of Cucumber. Okay, so those we will be having as a part of, you can say, this complete course content. Jenkins, as you guys are already aware, Jenkins will be purely responsible for continuous integration and continuous development, that is CI/CD. And along with this, we will have Postman, which I might have not included over here, like the keyword, Postman and REST assured API testing. And along with that, I will share some experience exposure on performance testing using Jmeter. Okay, because you can use the same thing using Jmeter as well for performance testing. So I will share that experience also, because I have got like relevant exposure and experience on performance testing also. Okay, if I got a chance to kind of showcase the Grafana dashboard or let's say Kibana dashboard, so I'll try to kind of show those dashboards as well, which will be helping you to kind of understand overall performance testing, how we are doing the performance monitoring and all those things. Okay, so just at high level, not in detail, guys, but our detailed syllabus or topics will be moving around this content which is present on right now on my screen, guys. Okay. Overall, I would say here we have some of the videos already for the past batches, guys. And here, if you notice the core syllabus, guys, this is a core syllabus which we will be kind of considering for our automation testing with Selenium. Okay, so here you can see that we are having some manual testing and automation testing comparison, how we are kind of moving to automations, what are the advantage, disadvantage. Okay, then you can see, guys, over module 2 and module 3, those are the very I would say important module in terms of Java, because as you most of you guys might have a query saying that, hey, whether if I'm zero, or let's say whether I have only 20% of knowledge on Java, will I be able to kind of understand the course, or will I be able to kind of deliver my best when it comes to automation coding or something, right? So those queries questions will be there, guys, I'm sure. So the answer to those queries questions is simple. Any which ways, I'm going to kind of start from scratch, guys. So when I say from scratch, I will start from zero, guys. When I say zero, basically how the installation starts for Java, how to set the environment variable, what are path, what are so you can say Java home, all those topics we are going to see from scratch. And then we will start our basic programs, those we have, like the basic programs what we have, in terms of how to write hello world program, how to kind of find the largest number, smallest number. So those type of logic we will try to build up, and then slowly gradually we'll move towards the complex logic, complex topic of Java. And then obviously like core Java topic, which is nothing but object oriented programming concept. And then we will move to let's say a little bit more on the Selenium collection topic. And then once we are done with Java, then we'll move to the Selenium part. Okay. So Java, I would say it will take around minimum 12 to 15 sessions, guys. Minimum I'm talking. Obviously, based on your doubts, queries, questions, it may extend, guys. Okay, depending on how much queries, questions, doubts you guys will have, right? So for Java, I'm repeating, guys, it's not mandatory that you should have some background. As I told you that we are starting from zero, starting from scratch. Those who are already having some skill set, well and good, guys, no worries. You can share your you can say knowledge or doubts, or let's say any queries, anywhere I'm going wrong, you can share your knowledge, guys. Okay, but yes, overall we will try to cover this Java let's say object oriented programming concept maximum in 15, 12 to 15 sessions, guys. Okay. If obviously something is out of the topic or something which we need to kind of discuss, we will have those discussions at the later stage of the class as well. Don't worry. Okay. So other than that, we'll move to Selenium once the Java topic is completed. Okay. So Selenium, as you guys are aware, it has been moved, like the version 4 has been like the latest version in Selenium I'm talking. So latest version of Selenium is 4.28, guys. So we will obviously try to make sure that we kind of have all the knowledge, all the let's say learning, whatever latest Selenium version, WebDriver, Selenium Grid, Selenium you can say IO. So all those will be part of your Selenium, you can say topic, guys. So under this, you will have TestNG, which is very, very important. It will include all the, you can say framework topics. Then Maven, you can say build management tools, guys. Even like GitHub, GitLab, Circle CI. So all the source code management sections, all this will be kind of part of your, you can say learning activity. So just to give you this thing, guys, we will have real-time coding activity on all these topics, which you can see right now on my screen. Okay. Then we will have little bit discussion on what is API testing in Postman, how we are kind of creating post, put, patch, delete, using the REST assured framework, what we have already in Selenium. And I guess you guys are already aware little bit on TestNG. If not, obviously we will talk in detail about what is TestNG, how we are able to generate, create our framework using TestNG. Okay. And then once you are very, let's say, got enough exposure on all these topics, guys, how we can combine all these topics and let's say create a complete end-to-end framework, and that will be something wherein it will let's say all the manual test cases whatever have been written by you, how we can automate those. Obviously 100% automation obviously is not possible in some of the project, but at least 85-80% of the test cases will be automated by the topic which we have covered so far. Okay, and then the reporting part is very very important, guys. And then how we can integrate this with Maven, or let's say any circle CI, all those tools like we will be seeing. And after that we will have some real time projects, guys. Okay, so real time project basically I'm talking is nothing but we will follow some industry standards project. So most of the project which are currently let's say popular in the current you can say market is nothing but page object model. Then we have Cucumber framework, guys, and obviously there are several other frameworks also. So but yeah, uh, this too will be based on the UI automation. And then we will have one API which is obviously rest assured API testing framework. Okay, so this is about the hybrid framework with POM, that is page object model. Okay, and CI/CD I already discussed, which is nothing but you can say GitHub, GitLab, and even like some of the editor, uh, they are already having their these tools, guys. Okay, so we will look into that also. Okay, how we can use those options which are available in the let's say Visual Studio Code or IntelliJ or PyCharm, any of the editors, guys. Okay, so that's the overall plan, guys, for our complete Selenium with Java for both API as well as the UI part. I will take a pause of 2 to 3 minutes, guys. Obviously, you might have some queries, questions. So request you to kind of ask your doubts, guys. Any queries, any questions, anyone, please feel free to ask your doubts, guys. You can unmute and speak up, guys.
Sarup, thanks for the overview. So these all sessions, whatever you mentioned, right? Those all will be a live sessions, or is it something recordings will also be there?
Every day, same time, we will be kind of starting our session, and every sessions whatever is there, right, it will be maximum of 50 minutes. Okay, and it will be live session, you and obviously all the this thing will be there. And I'll try to make sure that respective editors, whichever editor we are using, we are trying to make sure that those are being shared across all the people. And real time programs will be written in front of you only. There will be no such you can say recorded videos, you can refer this, please refer this video recording, nothing like that. You can ask your doubts, queries, question by obviously interrupting me in between, saying that hey, I'm facing this issue, I'm not able to go to the next page, I'm not able to load this page. So that's how it will be a two-way interaction, guys. Okay, it will not be a recorded, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. One more last question. So duration of somewhere I saw mentioned it's 30 hours. Is it kind of 30 days duration by the time we'll be covering?
Yeah. So see, I'm open and I'm flexible because the reason I'm mentioning 30 because it's simple. Uh, I will be able to cover it. I'm not saying I won't be able to, but again, it's depend on how capable or how you can grasp that, right? Because you may have queries on Java topic. So our 15 sessions, what I told that Java will be of 15 session, they might extend to 18 session, they might extend to 20 sessions sometime. Okay. And when I say Selenium topics, right, sometimes Selenium topics I'm trying to deliver in 15 days or 13 days, right? It may extend to 15 or 20 days again, guys. So that let's say 30 hours, it can be 40, 42, 45, anywhere. And it will be totally depending on you guys. If you got more doubts, more queries, more questions, right? Obviously that's mandatory that we will extend our this thing, course content also. But ideally I mentioned 30 to 35, that's what flexibility, but it can go up to 40 45 as well. Okay, don't worry on that part.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks Malik. Anyone else, please feel free to kind of ask your doubts, queries, questions, guys. Whatever, guys, please, because I remember some of you might have a query whether we are going to cover manual testing also, right? So guys, with respect to that, we will have some sessions on manual testing also, like around 2 or 3 sessions. Okay, and then we'll jump onto automation. Okay, and it might happen that I might share you the course content of manual testing, such as notes or something. Because see, guys, again, I am not going into that discussion where whether manual testing is advantageous, whether automation testing is advantageous. Everyone are aware, right, why we are here, why we are learning automation. The reason, obviously, in today's world, if you are a full stack QA engineer or QA, any of the profile, right, automation is mandatory, guys. Okay, whether you are manual tester for last 3 years, 4 years, right? But now the thing is you need to know automation testing, mandatory, guys. Okay, so I'm not going into manual testing concept, right? Okay, please remember this. I might have 1 or 2 sessions, but not more than that. I'll share the course content and everything for manual testing, guys. Okay. Okay, I believe there is one query called so yeah, there are a couple of questions, guys. First is the recorded videos will be available every like once it is the class, or let's say the session is completed, you will get the recorded session next day, guys. So you guys can just have a look onto the recorded session, whatever we have practiced. Someone has, let's say, missed due to some travel issues, or somebody is, let's say, having a demo or something, right? It may happen, so you guys can have the look over the recorded session. How can I know the best framework for my automation project? Guys, please understand this. Again, this is something you guys need to answer it. The reason is, once you got enough exposure on UI and API automation, okay, then you are the one who will be the best person to decide whether I'm able to kind of create the pages for this. If yes, you can go with page object model. If you think that no, this has required a lot of data activity, like data, this thing, we require a lot of test data to be kind of filled in whenever we are launching our application. So you may switch to data driven framework, you may switch to keyword driven framework. We have a lot of framework, guys. Okay, the ideally 70 to 60 to 70% of the people, they are starting their framework using form structure, guys, that is page object model, because most of the UI has around 12 to 15 pages minimum, right? So based on that, you can just give a go ahead start with page object model, and later on, if your QA architect, QA manager, whoever is there, right, if they review your code and they say that no, we need to migrate to some other this thing framework, then at that point you can convert the whole framework into other framework as well. It will not take that much amount of time, which is being taken when we are creating the framework from scratch, guys. Okay. And then when will the class held? Can you confirm the timing and the dates? The answer is, guys, the class will be ideally around 5 days a week. Okay. And the timing will be 8 p.m. IST to 9 p.m. IST. It can go up to 9:15, 9:20 sometimes, due to doubts and queries, questions, guys. And after once you, yeah, I believe there is one more query. How many years of experience? Overall, I usually mention to the student as minimum 2.5 years of experience you can showcase into the resume, along with the project which you have already delivered, guys. Okay, obviously in the prior company or previous company. Okay. And second is, you can go up to 5 years, maximum 5 to 6 years, I would say 2.5 to 6 years maximum. Okay, that's the overall experience exposure you can share it or have it into your updated resume, guys. Okay. I believe I answered your questions, Asha. Okay. Yeah, there is one more question from Alangren Krishnan regarding the course, when it will get started. So guys, the course will be obviously today is like just a demo, right? Tomorrow we will have day one session. So we will obviously kickstart with the sessions obviously by tomorrow, guys, right? So obviously, like, you will have more insight, more
Hello,
clarity.
am I audible?
Yeah, go ahead, please, go ahead. Yeah,
My
go ahead.
question is that this course includes Selenium with WebDriver, REST assured, both the things, right? And some sort of performance specification, right?
Uh, yeah, so performance is just an overview, okay? But the course content will be more focused on, you can say, Selenium with, you can say, UI automation, okay? WebDriver basically. And the second major
Yeah,
thing is
WebDriver and
REST assured
okay.
framework or API testing, correct?
Okay.
Yeah. And Jmeter, I
So
told, right?
it is both.
Overview,
Yeah, Jmeter you told me they can use it for
overview,
performance
yeah,
testing.
just for
Right,
performance
it is short.
testing for API. Yeah.
So it will
I
include both page object model and the PDD model,
page
right?
object model and BDD Cucumber style of writing, because these are the one which are right popular
Are
in
they
the market.
considering PDD also?
TDD, we can just have a overview on that. Even we have keyword driven framework also.
Because in yeah,
Keyword driven
because
using
some of
robot.
them would go application.
So robot is already having a different syntax, different structure,
That's not easy.
different. Because for that we need to have Python, guys. Okay, that's the reason we are not going in robot framework, keyword driven approach.
Okay.
Along with Java, we will be
And
obviously,
we are going to teach this. We are going to
and
learn Selenium grid also.
Selenium, sorry, grid.
Grid.
Yeah, Selenium grid will be part of our course content. Don't worry. Nodes, hubs, all this thing, cross browser testing, right? This will be part of our, you can say,
That works. Yeah.
yes, perfect. Although we might integrate with some of the mobile automation tools, guys. When I say mobile automation tools, basically browser stack, lambda test, source lab. So these are the, obviously those they will provide some 14 days trial something, right, with new email ID. So we might integrate our test case on those, you can say, platform, correct, but it will not be an extensive, guys. It will just how we are doing the cross browser testing, how we are doing the mobile testing, right? So it will just an overview. But those who are having the premium version of browser stack or lambda test or source lab, okay, they can kind of play around with some more advanced topic into mobile or cross browser testing, guys. Okay. Yeah, I
So
believe there
can
is
you
one.
have this APM tool also included in this?
No, Manoj, APM is not included in
Maybe
this.
2-3 sessions will be enough for you
Yeah,
to learn
APM
that web population.
is included, but
Right.
APM integration is not included in this. Mobile testing, obviously, we will discuss it in detail. Okay, how we can load this over.
Mobile attachment.
Yes, correct. Yeah, one query from
That's okay.
Shravan regarding TestNG. Yes, Shravan, TestNG obviously will be included in detail. Okay, everything with respect to TestNG, annotations, attributes, everything will be included. Okay, so TestNG obviously will be part of our course content for sure. Perfect. So I believe there is one more query. Just a second. How many classes? Yeah, uh, number of session, I'm again repeating, it may go up to 40 sessions also. Minimum I would have 30, 35, I would say. It can go up to 40, 42, 43, depends. Okay. But yes, that's what my content is, like around 30 to 35 hours of, you can say, online training, guys. Perfect. So interview questions, yes. Meanwhile, I'll be sharing a lot of, and one more thing I would like to add it over here, guys. I will be focusing on daily activity, daily exercise, guys. Okay. So when I say daily activity, daily exercise, you guys need to, I mean, solve or let's say have the assignment ready before the next session start. Okay. So that is something, let's say if we are, I'm just giving an example, guys. If we are learning today JavaScript executor, okay, what is JavaScript executor, how we are handling it. So there will be around 4 to 5 assignment questions at the end of the session, which I'll be sharing with you. You guys need to deliver it by creating your own homework project, okay, and uploading it over the Git or GitLab wherever you feel comfortable, and share that Git repo to like on the WhatsApp group, okay. And this activity is going to get started once we are done with minimum 4 to 5 sessions, guys, because only then I'll be kind of starting with actual you can say coding activities and everything, okay. And I believe there is one more questions. If the session goes more, will the course fees added? The answer is no, it will be the same. And the course fees is already discussed, I believe. You can see over the website, the course fees is mentioned over here, guys, in INR, which is 6,900, guys. Okay. If even if it is taking 45 sessions, the course fees will remain same only. Okay. Don't worry on this part. It will remain same, guys. Perfect. And interview questions, obviously, we will be kind of providing as in when, let's say, we are done with test ng topics. So I'll share the test ng related talk, this thing, guys. If we are done with, let's say, Maven related this thing, whole flow and everything, I'll share the Maven related part. Okay. Yes, that's what Srinivas I told. Even if you are having zero knowledge on Selenium, Java or any of the coding programming language, you should be in a position to deliver at least 70% by learning this course, like 70% automation and 30% will be your practice, Srinivas, because obviously I told you, right, that from my side, from this institute side, you will be having at least 70% capability that you can create a framework from scratch. Okay. Remaining 30% will be your own learning, own this thing like practice and everything. Okay. So at the end of the session, that's what I told you, can mention minimum 3 years to 6 years of experience exposure into your resume. Okay. So I think we are good. Yeah, that's what we are going to discuss now. So I'm going to start with our first, you can say, setup and everything, guys. Over here, you might have some queries saying that, hey, like what all things will be prerequisite and everything, right? So guys, please remember, it is okay that if you use Windows or Mac, it's completely on you, which OS you are working on. So I'm comfortable with both, not a problem. Second one is like Java installation. Okay, so we will discuss about this Java installation. Okay, third third thing which will be required, guys, is editor, guys. Okay, so editor, obviously there will be some you can say, because some of you will be comfortable within Eclipse, some of you will be comfortable in VS Code, some of you will be comfortable in IntelliJ, right? So these are the popular, guys. I would say these are the popular, very popular, I am saying. Okay, these are the very, very popular, guys, which are being used, guys. Okay, these are the editors which we are going to have into our discussion, into our real-time training, guys. Okay, so these are the editors which we are going to have it. Okay, so please remember, we those who are already using other editors such as PyCharm or any other editor, you are like comfortable with that editor also, not a problem. You can continue with that, not a problem. Okay, because the setup and everything is same, guys. Okay, everything will remain same. Only thing is, the reason I'm selecting this three editor is because these are the most popular, most famous, and they are having a very beautiful plugin, and you can say IntelliSense, you can say auto suggestion, everything is very beautiful for all these three part. Okay, out of which VS Code and IntelliJ has got more advantage compared to Eclipse nowadays. Okay, clear? Anybody have any doubt, any query? Okay, perfect. So these are the two major things, which is one is Java installation and second is Eclipse, VS Code and IntelliJ. Okay, these are the major thing which will be required. And you guys might be having query, right? Which version of JDK we will have it. So ideally, please check it over the version in your machine. It should be greater than 17 or 21, whichever is there, right? That is fine. Okay, so the current version right now is obviously more than 21, but yeah, this version is also fine. If it is 21, then also it is fine. If it is 17, then also it is perfectly fine. Perfect. So now let me kind of quickly go ahead and start with our Java installation process, guys. um, I'll share both the, you can say, steps, those who are using Mac and those who are using Windows. Okay, I know that right now I am on Mac machine. Okay, most probably if I am, let's say tomorrow I might join via Windows, so I'll show the steps via window machine as well. Okay, because those who are you, most of you might be using Windows, right? So I'll share the steps for Java installation in Windows. And those who are already having the Java right into your machine, so I would request everyone to kind of go to the terminal area. Okay, so in Mac, you just need to open this terminal. Okay, once you open this terminal, just write it down, Java minus V. Okay, so Java minus version. So just open this. I'm repeating again, Java minus version. So once you open this, everyone can see that this is the current Java version which is right now set up into my machine, guys. Okay, so to check, please use Java minus version. Okay, everyone are clear? So please remember this command to check the version which is right now installed into your machine. Okay, now just to kind of obviously let us go to Google and just perfect. Java 1.8 is also fine. Now let me kind of show you the Java installation, guys. Okay, so when you go to Java installation, okay, you can see that we are having few pages, right? You can see download Java from this particular section. So you can do that. But if you think that it is not the secured way, because most of the people are, let's say, having the concern, right, why we are downloading from there. So please go to the Oracle official website. Okay, because see, Java is being, you can say, publicized by even Amazon, even Microsoft, even Oracle, right? But yes, as you guys are already aware, Oracle are the one who has, let's say, developed the Java part. And recent version right now, which is available in the market, is JDK 23. Okay, so from this section, you those who are on the Mac, guys, please go to this link and please do the download, guys. Okay, so once you click on this, you will see that it will take around couple of minutes, and once it is downloaded, you just need to run this file, because that's a DMG file, guys, those who are using Mac. Okay, again I'm repeating, guys, you might not land on this page directly. So what I have done is here is, on Oracle I have created my account, guys. Okay, so on Oracle you can create your account. Okay, and once you create your account, you will be able to get the official version as well. Both are fine, guys. Okay, if you do it in this way, that is also fine. If you want, you can create your account by using your personal Gmail address. Anything is fine. Okay, so Java
Yeah,
installation, go ahead, please, go ahead.
yeah. Sorry, my question. I want to call. I want to ask. Like I have a IntelliJ already installed with Java. Do I need to perform this? What was it called? What you are doing again on my system, or I should
That's
leave the one I have before?
no, the one who are already having the Java setup, Java installation and everything, guys, please remember, you guys
Yes.
don't do anything. Okay. Just
Okay.
at high, if you want, you can go to those who are using Windows, please go to CMD. Okay. And
Okay.
those who are using Mac, please go to terminal. Okay. And open the terminal and write down the command saying Java minus version. Okay. And if you are able to see this version, that is absolutely fine. Even 17 is also fine. And those who are, I believe there was one message over the chat window, 1.8 or something. Okay. That is also fine unless and until you are not getting any error. But right now with Selenium 4.28, guys, on their release note, they have mentioned to use greater than 17, guys. Okay, on the release note. That's the reason I have already mentioned that it should be above 17. Okay. And to check in Windows, guys, please use the command.
So do we need to upgrade or is it okay to use Powder?
It is okay unless and until, because see, 1.8 is also works fine. That's not a problem. But if we will face in, let's say, collection or any other topic, right? If we face any issue, that time we might need to update. But
Then we
yes,
need to upgrade it.
yes, that time we might need to update because you will get the warning or that in the terminal area. Okay. So it's not a big deal. You can just take around 5-10 minutes. It will get updated. That's not a problem. Yeah, perfect.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, Jennifer, that is fine. 21 is absolutely fine. Okay. Just again, I'm repeating, guys, those who are Windows user, please go to Windows and you guys can please download 205 or let's say MSI installer. And once you do this, you just need to run that zip file, guys. Okay. Or DMG file. Okay. I'll share the steps, guys. Don't worry on that part. But the first thing you guys need to make sure is Java is clear. Java is installed successfully. There is one catch over
So
here,
can you
guys.
check? It's not able to see your screen.
I'm
Or
sorry.
what
I'm
is
sorry.
it?
Sorry, guys. Let me stop share and share it again.
Yes.
Okay. I hope it is visible now. Correct? Okay. Perfect. So now the thing is, guys, what I was saying is like those who are using Windows, right? In Windows, guys, please remember, we need to set what? You need to set environment variable as well. Okay. So I'll share the steps for environment variables, how to set up, what value you need to update, what is the location or what is the bin location, and at what let's say place you need to update your Java home and the path variable. These two variable needs to be updated, and it's a one-time activity, guys. Okay. It's a one-time activity. Right now, obviously my session is on Mac, guys. That's the reason I'll not be able to share it. Okay. But yes, tomorrow I might able to share the steps for setting up the environment variable. Okay. And those who are using Mac, guys, they don't need to kind of do any of this let's say environment variable activity. You once you install, once you do the setup, this thing, Java home variables and path variable will be set by Mac user, whoever is the root user, guys. Okay. So there is no need of doing this setup into your Mac machines. Okay. In Mac machine, you just need to download. So I'm sharing the link over here. Obviously, I mean, you might download from different location also. Okay. So please remember, I'm sharing this link right now over here, but later if you think if you have downloaded from somewhere else, that is also fine, but make sure when you are opening terminal or CMD, it is showing the relevant version, guys. Okay. Now I just want to discuss one very important topic, guys, over here. Why Java? Okay, because I might have spoken that, hey, we are downloading Java. Java is a programming language. Why we are kind of focusing more on Java itself? We have more than 10 plus programming language right now in the market. why we have, let's say, chosen Java along with Selenium. Anybody wants to add anything, guys? What are the major reason, guys?
Uh, First of all, Java is free. It's a fully object-oriented
Hmm?
platform.
Object oriented, correct? So it is completely object oriented, guys. Okay. So when I say object oriented, right now I might not be able to explain in details, guys. Okay. So you can consider object oriented is something you can reuse your code again and again. You can maintain your code very flexible. It is more secure. It has a beautiful model in which it has been created, guys. All the wrappers, all the packages are beautifully documented in case of object oriented programming, guys. Okay, there are obviously other programming language which are object oriented, but Java was the first object oriented programming language, guys. Okay, next advantage, guys. What is the next advantage of Java?
Most important.
Sorry, secure, right?
Yeah.
Security is very high, guys, in case of because you will learn the topic of encapsulation. You will learn the topic of private access modifier. You will learn how we are using you can say bytecode verification. What are the security API protocol to protect the application? Okay, so those topics will help us a lot in terms of security part. Okay, next is, guys, platform independence. Okay, platform independence as in you don't need to worry whether you are using Linux or any of the OS, guys. We are able to kind of work in any of the operating system. Okay, then we have something called as multi-threading, guys. Okay, very important concept, when because this topic is more you can say advantageous to the developer, guys. Okay, as a QA, as a automation engineer, it might be something, let's say you should know this, but multi-threading is nothing but you will be try to execute multiple concurrent execution at the same time on Java, right? With the help of Java. That's what multi-threading basically is responsible, guys. Okay, then we have a robust and reliable. So you can, I mean, you will have a lot of errors. You will have a lot of exceptions handling. You will have a lot of check uncheck exceptions. So those error mechanism is handled very beautifully in case of Java, guys. Okay, then we have got a beautiful community support, guys. Okay, so when I say community support, guys, you guys have already got the advantage of checking it over the Stack Overflow or some other locations, right? So whenever we are stuck at any point, guys, in Java, there is a beautiful community support, those who are publishing their solutions. So obviously we are doing some trial and error method, and based on that we may able to 70 to 80% we are able to crack the logic, guys. Okay, and it has got a very huge, or I would say industry this thing, guys, adoptions. Basically, if you talk about, let's say, um, 10 or let's say 20 or 100 this thing, okay, multinational organizations who are using QA services, right? So 70 to 60 to 70% of the people are using Java for their QA automation, or let's say QA, you can say validation verification, guys. Okay, so industry adoption is very you can say very high in case if it is a Java programming language. Okay, obviously other advantage are it is having a bet you can say rich API support. Okay, then it has very beautiful you can say scalability is very huge. Okay, it is now supporting your cloud you can say cloud computation and even mobile application as well, right? So obviously I'm not writing those, but these are the major advantage, guys. That's the reason we have selected Java as a PL programming language along with Selenium. Okay, why along with Selenium? Because it has got a very beautiful compatibility with respect to Java along with Selenium, so that whatever web applications on which you guys will be working we will be able to automate minimum to minimum 80% of the web UI, guys. Perfect. So yeah, I think that's good. I am just switching to one more topic, guys, over the UI only, over the browser. So that is something with respect to just at high level, what all thought process you have in terms of UI automations. So guys, when it comes to any website, right, you might be having a query saying that, hey, I'm more into UI automation or something. But just to give you a background, guys, those who are not familiar with what is UI automation. So UI automation is something wherein you are able to kind of uh, using this particular web application over different browsers. When I say different browsers, such as Chrome, Safari, Mozilla Firefox, Opera, Brave, other browsers, and you are trying to run the test without manual intervention. Okay, whether it is searching of flight, whether it is booking the hotel, whether it is booking the car. Okay, so all this scenarios what I'm sharing or what I'm speaking right now, right, all these scenarios will be something which we will be doing the automation with the help of Selenium. Okay, that's the overall, I would say, high level what is UI automation. So you might, in manual testing, guys, you try to record a video of a bug or something and you try to share with the developer, right? When developer play that, right, it is performing the action automatically, right? So that's what we will try to have it in our UI automation. Okay, so in UI automations, all the scenarios whatever you have in your mind right now in terms of test cases, test scenarios, all things will be kind of converted into the automation scenarios. Okay, so on clicking run button, play button, or you can say from your editors, whichever editor we will be using, you should be able to launch almost all the test cases which are available for us to automate. Okay, so this is the UI, and whatever scenarios you can think of, right, for all these pages and everything will be completely automated. Perfect. So the next thing what we need is like install Eclipse, guys. Okay, so those who are, let's say, using IntelliJ, PyCharm, that is fine, guys. So this is the official page from where you will be able to install the Eclipse. Okay, so over here in the download section, if you go, guys, okay, so here if you notice we are having something called as download. Okay, so just click on this download, and once you do this, you will be able to configure, just you need to download, and after that how we kind of set up the other you can say tools, right? The same way you need to set up the Eclipse into your machine as well. Okay, so please click on download, irrespective whether you are a Mac user or Windows user, it will automatically identify, and based on that it will make sure that the Eclipse is installed successfully into your machine. Okay, so this is the official link for Eclipse, guys. Understood. Next is IntelliJ, guys. So IntelliJ, if you go to their official website, IntelliJ comes with the some pricing part, guys, because if you notice we have something called as pricing. Okay, but if you click on let's say download, right? So here if you notice we are having Windows, Mac, and Linux. If you are using Mac, you can see that we are having download, but if you notice here it is saying that free 30 trials, guys. Okay, and the UI and everything will look like this, guys. So you can download this. We don't want to go with you can say pricing part, guys. Okay, so you can just download it, and once you download it, right, you can keep your version let's say same as it is. Okay, no need of doing the pricing, so you will be able to kind of run all the test cases, everything. Obviously in communities, in the pricing version you will have better you can say more plugins, more setup, more Git related support, everything will be more in terms of IntelliJ, guys. Okay. And then the last, obviously I'll share the link for this also. So just go to this download, and here if you notice it is showing Mac. So same way for Windows, you guys can just have a look for IntelliJ, guys. Okay, so my suggestion, my you can say this thing is either you should use VS Code, or you should use, ideally most of the developer as well as QA are using Eclipse, guys. Okay, and the second preference is IntelliJ, and the third one is VS Code. Okay, so Visual Studio Code is totally free of this thing. There is no such you can say any pricing or anything, guys. Okay, so just go to Google and this is the page, guys. That's it. Okay, anybody has any doubt, any questions?
No.
Perfect, clear, everyone. Okay, so yes, overall, guys, those who are, let's say, new to this thing, right, I would request everyone to kind of do this setup, do this activity by tomorrow before session. Okay, so that you should be like tomorrow most probably we'll start with our first like project to be created, and that project will be obviously in Java. Okay, and then we will move to the next setup, next step, that is nothing but little bit on the manual testing background. Okay, and then we will start with our Java topics. Okay, Java topics, when I say, and guys, I'm repeating all the topics which you might have seen on the official website. Okay, all this topic will be kind of practice over a few of the editors tools. Okay, some of you might have a saying that, hey, please try to do it in Eclipse. Some of you might say that, hey, please try to do in IntelliJ, right? So what I would say is like we will have both hand in hand. Like we will try to focus on both, that is even IntelliJ as well as Eclipse. The reason is some of you might already have the framework or something. Okay, so we will try to have let's say Java activity over Eclipse. Okay, and framework creations activity we might switch to this thing. IntelliJ, guys. Okay, so I hope it is fine for everyone. If you think no, please feel free to interrupt me, guys. Okay, if you are comfortable with IntelliJ, then I'll go with IntelliJ also, because any which ways both are quite popular, and you should be in a position to kind of understand both how things works in both the editors, guys. Okay, clear? Anybody has any doubt, any query, any questions, guys?
No.
Okay, so yeah, overall, guys, I will be okay, I believe there is one more this thing question from Alice. Selenium download after the interface. Oh, so Alice, one thing I would like to highlight, we are purely focusing right now for next 15 sessions, or next 14 to 15 sessions purely on Java. Okay, Selenium installation or those things we will be obviously I'll show you some text context regarding that. So Selenium is having the official website called as selenium.dev. Okay, if you go to this particular website, right, we are having mainly three content. One is Selenium WebDriver, one is Selenium IDE, and the third one is Selenium Grid, guys. Okay, so out of which we are more into focus on Selenium WebDriver and Selenium Grid, guys. Okay. Now this Selenium integrated development environment was something wherein you are trying to record the step and trying to play that. Okay. The code was getting generated. There are several plugins which are right now available in the market. Okay. So we are not focusing on this. We are focusing purely on this and this. Okay, if you go to download, you will see that we are having something called as 4.28. So these are the other PL, other programming language support. We are purely focusing right now on 4.28.1, which has been released January 23. So if you want to understand what are the changes and everything, you can click on this. What are the API documentation for this? You can just have a look on to this as well. Okay, but overall, guys, any which ways, I'll talk about this, how we are doing the setup and everything once we migrate our topic from Java to Maven. Okay, once we start with build management tools, guys, at that time we will talk about that in detail. Okay, so my request to everyone, before tomorrow's sessions, please do this installations and setup. And if anybody face any challenge, any issues in doing this, please feel free to drop your notes message over the WhatsApp window, guys. We can connect one-to-one and make sure that before tomorrow's class, everybody should be able to let's say create a basic Java project, guys. Okay, perfect. So I think we are good as of now, and any which ways, after every session, this notes will be added into our readme.md sections once we are creating our GitHub link, guys. Okay, so that will be in the next around 2 to 3 days, guys. We'll create that, and this notes on daily basis, day wise, will be added in the readme.md section, guys. Yes, anyone wants to add anything, guys, before we end the session? I believe I have answered all your queries, doubts, concerns, questions, anything you want to highlight. Okay, I believe there is one query. Sorry, I didn't highlight it. For CRM application, I always face the dynamic IDs. How we can... Okay, so so don't worry on that part. Once we are starting with locators topics, guys. Okay, how we are let's say managing other XPath, or let's say whichever locators we will be using. At that time, I'll discuss in detail about this, how we are handling the dynamic. We have few things such as JavaScript executor. We have stale element reference exceptions, which will handle your dynamic IDs. We have something called as even advanced topics of XPath, which will help us to understand or handle the dynamic IDs which are getting generated. Okay. And we have something called as accessibility testing as well. Yes, you can. So you can use wildcard for that property as well. That's correct. Perfect. So I believe we are good, guys. We'll connect again tomorrow at same time. I would request everyone to please join at same time. I will be sharing the recorded link, guys, over the WhatsApp this thing. And those who are, let's say, I mean, have the clarity on whatever we have discussed, right? Yes, yes, yes. We will be having the completion certifications as well. Once we are done with the course, guys, we will be receiving, I would say, certificate at the end of the session. That will be a course completion certifications. And those who are, let's say, interested in this particular program, I would request to please reach out to the respective team members. You will get the detail on the WhatsApp, you can say, window. And pricing, I hope you guys are already aware. This is the pricing which is mentioned on the website as well. Okay, so I believe that's it for today, guys. Tomorrow we'll meet on same time, guys. Till that time, I would request everyone to please download and do the setup, guys, whichever editor you are using, either Eclipse or IntelliJ. I believe you should use both, guys. You should have the hands-on experience on both. Both has got its own advantage. Okay, so yeah, ideally we do have other timings. Right now it is 8 p.m. IST to 9 p.m. IST, most probably. Yes, if there are any other timings, you will get to know from our team members, guys. Okay, perfect then. uh, any more queries, questions, guys, anyone has, please you can ask, guys, right now. Okay, else we'll uh, stop our session at this point and we'll continue our discussion tomorrow, guys. Okay, I think, can we use, the answer is yes, Ashwin, we can use both at the same time. You can download both, keep it ready at your local machine. We will be able to use both, guys. Okay, I think we are good. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much for joining on time. We'll meet tomorrow at same time, guys. Yeah, I believe one more query from Tejasvi. Tejasvi, there is no need of, because Eclipse, they are trying to have the setup once in a year or so. So it is fine, whichever version you are having. Okay. After 2022, I believe whatever versions are there, right, it will be kind of having our good support for UI as well as API automation. So it is fine, Tejasvi. That is absolutely fine. Perfect. That's what I mentioned, right? You can refer the, like, some recorded session. Sometime you are able to join over the mobile or something. So that's what I usually recommend everyone. So you can view the recorded session, since you will get the link for recorded session, and whatever doubts, queries, questions you have, you can post over WhatsApp group. After your working hours or whatever is your time, right, we can connect one-to-one and resolve those doubts, queries, questions, whatever doubts you will be having after viewing the recorded session. That's what I recommend most of the those who are not able to attend at that point of time. Okay, perfect. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow at same time, guys. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.